Hey y'all, welcome back. I almost said welcome up. Maybe I need to go to bed. But today we're doing a review on part two of the Fear Street quadrilogy or trilogy. Um, yeah. So spoilers in my opinion. So it starts out with the event of the first one and the girl that they tried to get in contact with in the previous film. And yeah, they do, and they get in there, and they're like, "Hey, we need to figure out how to stop this." And she's like, "All right, I'll tell you. I'll tell you how to defeat her." So basically, this movie is a flashback film, which, depending on what kind of person you are, you may not like this kind of film. I did say spoilers, right? Okay, if I didn't, whoops. Yeah, so most of this film is not set in the present, like the part one. Um, yeah, so yeah, and it's like a camp setting, and you have this one guy whose dad was a cop, and he's like and passed away. And he's like, I can't wait for you to take over for him. He's at the camp, and the one girl and her boyfriend's there, and this old lady that she's friends with, um that another girl, the two main characters. I think her name was Deborah. I can't remember any of their names, and I literally watched this movie less than like 3 weeks ago, or about 3 weeks ago, and I can't remember any of their names. So not even in part one, but so I take that for what you will. Which it doesn't seem like the greatest thing, but okay. Um, yeah, they basically the lady is basically like, you're gonna. I need to stop you. I need to kill you, and it was a fail. She gets locked up, and he keeps. And this guy, I think his name was Frank. He goes insane. He's like slowly losing his mind, and like these like two girls, or no, one girl and one guy. They're dating, and they're kind of like drug addicts, I guess. I guess you'd call them that. And like, ooh, what you got here? Ooh, a Legend of the Witch or whatever. Ooh, let's go check it out right now. And they're like, I don't think this is a good idea. We need to stay safe. And she's like, dude, you used to have so much fun, but not anymore. Now you just want to be safe, 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 kind, kind, kind. You never want to live. So they go anyways, even though they want to go back. And Frank just completely snaps. They have his name carved into the thing. Basically, the story is you kill the witch. Basically, kind of mind controls you. You kill everyone, and then yourself. Kind of like actually Sinister, which I actually didn't watch that film, but I know the plot of it. Or yeah, they basically take over the kid and basically mind control him to basically kill everyone in his family, and then him. Basically, that's this kind of idea. So and they're basically when they kill the one dude, Frank is like after them too. He's after everybody, and the one of the girls, I think it's the younger sibling or the younger sister, is dating or starting to date the one the like son to the old cop that died. So yeah, they're which was nice for them, I guess. And then they also and then he's out there. They try to escape. They're basically in a giant maze, and they figure out how to get out of there. And there's like this saying, basically it touches her, and she's like freaking out because she sees all this vision, all these nightmare stuff. It's basically like hold on. It's basically like terrible visions are attacking you, like your biggest nightmares just walking up to you and coming after you. Yeah, it's pretty scary. You manage to calm her down, but she messes up her leg bad. And they look up and they realize they're right above the bathroom. Um, and there's a lot of this red stuff that they can't seem to get rid of, even though the older sister tried to clean it up. And the younger sister has kind of these bullies around, and I remember they prank her cause she messed up her room or something. Yeah, this mean girl, just a nasty woman. Such a nasty woman. I mean, good gosh, no, I wouldn't. e- just a rude, horrible person. But they lock her up in the bathroom, which, by the way, she totally deserved it. I mean, such a nasty woman, and I think it was a good idea because it wasn't harmful. Yeah, it wasn't harmful. She deserved it. I can't remember her name though, but yeah. So they go around and it's like, oh crap. It's like we gotta get everybody, and they're like playing a game too because they're at camp, and they're basically like, look, this team will win, yeah, or no, this team, and you gotta basically, it's like capture the flag, basically, and he's looking for some people, and then she realizes, oh crap, that bully we left, I left her in there, so I gotta go get her. Then when she does, she gets attacked by this woman, the same girl, which, by the way, you're literally in, not even the worst issue right now. We got a freaking a camper who was actually pretty nice, just went psycho mode and has killed some people, some like nerd and a couple of these other people, just straight up cut off their heads. And I got a complaint here actually. It's there's a lot of cussing in this film, but that's not the issue, in my opinion. Some of the kills are off screen. Really? You're dropping like f bombs or a lot of cuss words like in some scenes like I beep, 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 beep. Like just a million of them, and some pretty good. No, I wouldn't say good ones, but um, pretty you know, a lot of them. And then to take these kills and off screen them is ridiculous, if you ask me. And is it just me or this Frank dude or whatever his name is? He just seems like a chicken. Like he just like no, he doesn't seem like a chicken. He just seems like, man, I would like to beat the living crap out of him. Which I guess that's good. The killer I just want to beat up so bad. Another thing that was oh, and then there's like a snake. This girl's scared of snakes, and then he just breaks in the snake. Oh yeah, very convenient. But whatever. And then the one dude, I guess, the cop, or like the dad's or the son's cop. That makes sense. Yeah, he gets his leg chopped, and he basically just has to lay there. And the one dude, and then but they realize, oh crap, you're down there. Here, let's get this rope. And then they start climbing it. But oh crap, that dude, he got there in time, so yeah, you can't help. But eventually they get out, both of them, and they actually beat him. I think they did something. They like stabbed him or something, like a lot. And you know what? They're like, oh, it's over. And by the way, he has a giant axe. You know what I would have done if I was in that situation? Hold on. Let's say this is an axe. It's really not. It's Kylo Ren's lightsaber, but I would have done this to him. Let's see. Here. This is what I want to do. Let's use you. I would, and let's actually use her. You know what she should have done? She should have grabbed this sword and cut this dude's head off. I don't know what they were thinking not doing that. But I would have just stood. Or like, hold on, let me move so I don't hit this glass. Cut his head off with that axe. I don't know what she was thinking not doing that. And yeah. She should have totally did that. And thank you. Thanks to these guys for actually making an example. I don't know why she wouldn't do that. And then he comes back to life and kills one of the characters. After she's like, we gotta do this. Let's go and do this. And then when they get there, it does actually introduce the Scarecrow guy from the part one. So that was nice. And then the other killers just appear randomly. It's like there's no origin behind them really. I mean, there is, I guess, sorta, but it's not as great or even that much developed as the other guy. I mean, you didn't know what they were when they were like humans. So, yeah. And then they both die, but actually the older sibling dies, and I think the younger sibling like takes her name, and that one son, the cop's son, just becomes a cop later, and is actually the cop that you saw in part one, and the cop himself is barely in this film because you're barely in the present. And after she tells you that story, she's like, "Okay, let's." There is a way. There is like a way, I think, to end it or to slow it down at least. Or it's at least been 55 years, I think. And then she does it, the main character from part one, and now she's in medieval times. I got nothing to say except I'm not excited to watch part three. I have not seen it, and I'm not excited because honestly, I'm not a fan of medieval times, like Dungeons and Dragons and wizards and knights, and not a fan of that kind of stuff. It's not awful. It can be good, but it's just not my like kind of like best place for setting in my opinion. And I feel like that's what they're going to do. It's at least in the 1600s that girl time travels to. So I actually think the ending is way worse than part one, but it does actually make sense for the movie part three. But I'm just not excited for it. So another thing is what happened to the girl, the bully. They basically just knock her out, and she just never appeared again. Did she get killed? I think it's kind of weird that the one dude just didn't even think about, hey, because he's killing everybody. By the way, he's not like just picking one. No, he's killing everybody, and he just sees this victim here, just laying on the ground. Okay, I'm just gonna leave you there. Maybe because she was knocked out, but they don't even reference her again. So they might as even if, so if they so what's the point of even keeping her alive if she never even gets mentioned again in this movie. Or heck, as far as I know, not even in this whole series, or at least the first two. But there was that. Yeah. Another thing is as some of the off-screen kills was very annoying if you ask me personally. I actually think they should have been on screen, and I'm not saying the kills are bad. I actually think they're better than part one. For the most part. I like the setting more, actually. It's like a Friday the 13th film, and honestly, that's my favorite horror franchise, so might be a little biased there, but it's kind of like a new Friday the 13th film, which was kind of nice to think about, because we haven't had one since 2009. What the freak? Come on, get with the program. Make another Friday the 13th film. Okay, yeah, we had the Friday the 13th game in 2007, but no, I mean, yeah, I want that. Don't get me wrong, but I want another Friday the 13th film. And no, Never Hike Alone and Never Hike Alone in the Snow, in my opinion, do not count. They're really like fan made films that are like an hour. They don't count, in my opinion. Sorry. If I'm not saying they're bad, I do like them, but they just don't count as like a official Friday the 13th film. So yeah, honestly, I like this film. I think it's pretty good. I'd say 7.3. No, that's too low. 7.5 out of 10. It was a pretty good slasher, a pretty good movie if you ask me. I liked it. I think it's better than part 1 any day of the week. And yeah, honestly this will probably be the best of the series. I hope part 3 will be good, but I don't got much hype for it or hope. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Maybe hit that like and subscribe and peace out.